What are the Supreme Court of India's secret powers, inherent powers of the Supreme Court of India? Ever wondered what powers lie hidden behind the Supreme Court of India's decisions? From the doctrine of precedents to constitutional law, the apex court's judgments have a profound impact on the Indian judiciary and the country's legal framework. In this video, we delve into the secret powers of the Supreme Court, exploring how they shape the country's legal landscape through judicial precedents, court decisions, and precedent law. Whether you're a law student, a legal enthusiast, or simply curious about the Indian Constitution, this video offers valuable legal insights and analysis of the Supreme Court's role in shaping the nation's legal doctrine. So let's uncover the secrets of the Supreme Court's powers and explore how they influence the legal system in India. Hi, I am Advocate Dr. Saurabh Kapoor, bringing you a video on this fascinating topic like this. But before you start watching this video, I request you to kindly like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to my YouTube channel. To view videos like this more, please leave a comment below, telling your thought and idea about this video and future videos you want. Kindly share this video with your friends, family, and social groups to spread this knowledge. Join me as I dive deep into the Supreme Court of India's secret powers and see if I can uncover what they really hold. In this video, you'll learn about the often overlooked powers of the Supreme Court of India and their implications on democracy and justice. The Supreme Court plays a vital role in our country's governance, and understanding its powers is crucial for every citizen. Many of us are familiar with its basic functions, such as interpreting laws and resolving disputes, but there's more to it than that. Today, we'll explore the lesser-known aspects of the Supreme Court's authority and how they impact our lives. As we delve into these powers, you'll realize how they can either strengthen or weaken our democracy, depending on how they're exercised. It's essential to be aware of these powers to hold our institution accountable and ensure justice is served. By the end of this video, you'll have a better understanding of the Supreme Court's role in shaping our country's future. So let's get started on this journey to uncover the Supreme Court of India's secret powers. The lack of awareness about these powers is a significant challenge we face today. Many citizens are not even aware of their basic rights, let alone the Supreme Court's authority to protect them. This lack of awareness can lead to the misuse of power, which can have severe consequences for our democracy. When citizens are ignorant about their rights and the powers of the Supreme Court, they become vulnerable to exploitation. Governance suffers when there's a lack of transparency and accountability. The Supreme Court's powers can be a double-edged sword. They can either be used to protect citizens' rights or to further the interests of the powerful. It's crucial for citizens to be aware of these powers to ensure they're used for the greater good. In a democratic setup, it's essential to have checks and balances in place to prevent the abuse of power. The Supreme Court's powers can be a potent tool in maintaining this balance, but only if citizens are aware of them. When citizens are informed, they can participate in the democratic process more effectively, making our institutions more accountable. The lack of awareness about the Supreme Court's powers can also lead to a sense of disillusionment among citizens. When people feel that their rights are being violated and they're not aware of the remedies available, they lose faith in the system. This can have severe consequences, including the erosion of trust in our institutions and the rise of anarchic elements. Citizens' rights are the cornerstone of any democracy, and the Supreme Court's powers are essential in protecting these rights. When citizens are aware of their rights and the powers of the Supreme Court, they can fight against injustice and demand accountability from their institutions. The onus is on us as citizens to educate ourselves about the Supreme Court's powers and their implications on our democracy. We must recognize the importance of an informed citizenry in maintaining a healthy democracy. Delving deeper into the Supreme Court's powers, let's explore one of its most significant aspects: judicial review. Judicial review is the power of the Supreme Court to declare a law or a government action as unconstitutional. This power is crucial in maintaining the balance of power between the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. The Supreme Court's power of judicial review is not explicitly mentioned in the Constitution, but it has been interpreted to be part of its authority. This power allows the Supreme Court to check the actions of the other two branches of government, ensuring they don't overstep their boundaries. Another vital power of the Supreme Court is the ability to issue writs. Writs are formal orders issued by the court to protect citizens' rights. There are 5 types of writs: habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibition, certiorari, and quo warranto. Each of these writs serves as a powerful tool in the hands of the Supreme Court to correct wrongs and protect citizens' rights. Public interest litigations, or PILs, are another significant power of the Supreme Court. PILs allow citizens to approach the court directly to address grievances that affect the public at large. This power has been instrumental in addressing issues like environmental degradation, corruption, and social justice. The Supreme Court's power to issue directions to the government is another vital aspect of its authority. In cases where the government is not fulfilling its duties, the Supreme Court can issue directions to ensure justice is served. This power has been used in various cases, including the right to education and the right to a clean environment. The Supreme Court's power to appoint commissions of inquiry is another significant aspect of its authority. These commissions are empowered to investigate issues of national importance, allowing the Supreme Court to uncover the truth and take necessary action. In the 2G spectrum scam case, the Supreme Court exercised its power to investigate and eventually canceled the licenses issued to several companies. This landmark judgment showcased the Supreme Court's power to take on corruption and protect citizens' rights. The Supreme Court's power to review its own judgments is another crucial aspect of its authority. This power allows the court to rectify its own mistakes and ensure justice is served. In cases where the court has made an error, this power allows it to correct its judgment and provide relief to the affected parties. In the 2015 Delhi gang rape case, the Supreme Court used its power of review to correct its earlier judgment, commuting the death sentence of the accused to life imprisonment. This judgment was a landmark one, as it showcased the Supreme Court's ability to introspect and correct its own mistakes. One of the most surprising powers held by the Supreme Court is its authority to create new laws. In cases where there's a lacuna in the existing laws, the Supreme Court can create new laws or interpret existing ones to fill the gap. This power is known as judicial legislation. In the 2018 verdict on the rights of LGBTQ individuals, the Supreme Court used its power of judicial legislation to create new laws decriminalizing homosexuality and recognizing the rights of the LGBTQ community. This landmark judgment showcased the Supreme Court's ability to respond to changing social norms and protect citizens' rights. The Supreme Court's power to issue contempt notices is another significant aspect of its authority. This power allows the court to punish individuals or institutions that disrespect its authority or disobey its orders. In cases where the government or its agencies are not complying with the court's orders, this power allows the court to take necessary action. The Supreme Court's power to protect whistleblowers is another vital aspect of its authority. This power allows the court to provide protection to individuals who expose corruption or wrongdoing, ensuring they're not harassed or victimized. The most surprising power held by the Supreme Court is its authority to supersede the Constitution itself. In extreme cases, the Supreme Court can take recourse to this power to protect the Constitution and the democratic setup. This power has been used sparingly, but it's a vital tool in the hands of the Supreme Court to defend democracy. One landmark case that showcases the Supreme Court's power to supersede the Constitution is the Kesavananda Bharati case. In this case, the Supreme Court ruled that the Constitution's basic structure cannot be altered, even by Parliament. This judgment was a landmark one, as it protected the Constitution and ensured the stability of our democracy, revealing the most surprising power held by the Supreme Court. Let's discuss the Kesavananda Bharati case in more detail. This case was a landmark one, as it showcased the Supreme Court's authority to defend the Constitution and protect democracy. In conclusion, the Supreme Court's secret powers are a vital aspect of our democracy. They play a crucial role in maintaining the balance of power, protecting citizens' rights, and ensuring justice is served. As citizens, it's essential for us to be aware of these powers and their implications on our democracy.